All right, there's a situation that occurred recently in Texas. Before we even get into it, I want to drop a rest in peace for that, the victims of that. Now, this rapper out of Texas lost his life and his daughter did as well. These two people were on the run for it, and they just have been caught. And the sentence is a good content creator who I feel like is going to break it down, so I want to see what he has to say. My views is sick off top. As a parent, I am sick to know that people can't settle their problems without a kid getting involved. One. Number two, make sure, if you're going to make sure that you commit a crime and get away, make sure ain't no kids there. That's all I'm saying, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm going to leave more views towards the end of the video. I want you guys to watch this with me so we can get a whole entire story. And then at the end, I'm going to break down what my views are on this whole situation. All right? Make sure you guys let me know where you're from. Let me know how this affected you. And please subscribe. We need subscribers. Let's get into it.
Sky 4 video shows dozens of evidence markers around a maroon Challenger. Also, a vacuum still laying in the front seat. Fort Worth and Mansfield police were on scene to help with crowd control. Raw emotions as loved ones rushed to the car wash. Cries were heard as people leaned on one another.
When is gonna stop? He didn't target nobody. He was a family man and he was going around rapping. Okay, why would you target him? He didn't bother nobody.
I'm gonna say what it is. Hold on. I'm gonna say what a lot of people don't say. Are these the same people that was trying to calm down the different beats that these people had? Because a lot of this stuff don't just start overnight. People don't just get up and just jump out there and go do something crazy. It comes from something and it leads to something, and this be the build-up and then the ultimate boom from the situation. So was any of these people that claim to have love trying to solve the problem?
And a baby, his baby.
March 3rd, 2025, at approximately 10:49 a.m., Forest Hill police were dispatched to a shooting incident at a local car wash in the 6500 block of Forest Hill Drive. Upon arrival, officers discovered a 30-year-old male laying on the ground suffering multiple gunshot wounds. He'd later be identified as Chucky Smith, but more commonly known as the Texas rapper Get Money Lil Ronnie. Inside of his vehicle, officers made a horrific discovery. His 5-year-old daughter had been shot. Officers tried life-saving measures on both of them, but tragically, both of them would be pronounced dead at the scene. Preliminary investigation revealed two shooters wearing blue jeans and gray sweaters exited a white 4-door Kia. Ronnie's vehicle was parked within a bay at the car wash, and while he was vacuuming his interior, the shooters approached on foot and opened fire. Surveillance video would hit the internet showing.
Now, if y'all seen the surveillance footage of what actually went down, there was a mystery where we can't see his driver's side. So you don't know if he's out the car, in the car. Everybody's questioning why he ran. I get it now. He's outside the car, vacuuming. Those things go off. He know his kid is in the car. He's going to run away from the car. And that's like, my bad, y'all. I'm trying to roll this up, but I just want to make sure we're on the same page, all right?
When they fired from close range as Ronnie took off running across the parking lot and away from his vehicle. Ronnie would keep running, making his way to a dumpster where the two shooters who appeared to be fleeing came back. Standing over Ronnie, one shooter would again open fire, dropping him to the ground. The second shooter would go behind the dumpster, off camera, and it can be assumed he also fired into Ronnie while he was on the ground. With both shooters running off, Ronnie would make one final attempt to run, but only last 5 seconds before collapsing. The same day of the shooting, police would announce a suspect had been identified and an active capital murder warrant had been issued. 2 days later, police would identify both shooters to the public. 24-year-old Adonis Robinson is a convicted sex offender who was released from prison in August of 2024. He'd be convicted of...
This the part that I don't get, bro. Y'all be kicking it with these type of dudes that be walking around with these type of charges. And y'all was in Fort Worth kicking it with him, probably smoking with him, passing the blunt to him, probably chilling with females, all type of things. And this is the type of things that these guys got on their name. You know what I mean? Now, I already know there's a saying that we got going, which is he got a weird case. Why is he around? Why was he even around in the first place? He shouldn't even be around at all, period.
Sexual assault and failing to comply with sex offender registration. Apparently, he was 19 years old at the time of his arrest, while his victim was 55. According to a news article from 2019,
55.
a woman was jogging a trail when she passed a man wearing a hoodie pulled tight over his head. She was attacked from behind as he threw her to the ground, hitting her and threatening to beat her unconscious if she...
See, people, this is what I say is goofy. Y'all kick it with the same type of people that'll do this to your moms, bro. That could be your moms. They said 55 years old, bro. That could be your moms, and you will kick it with this dude, rolling up a blunt with him, passing him a blunt, sipping up lean with him, bro. Come on, we got to be more accountable. If you agree, write MA or write accountability in the comments.
Pulled tight over his head. She was attacked from behind as he threw her to the ground, hitting her and threatening to beat her unconscious if she didn't stop screaming. She continued to fight back and scream as he tried pulling down her jogging shorts. Someone nearby heard the screams and came to her aid as the suspect saw them and ran off.
Because he's a coward.
During the attack, the suspect dropped his phone charger, and DNA on the charger would trace back to Adonis. Surveillance video from a nearby cell phone store would show he bought the charger hours before the attack. 21-year-old Jacoby Russell has prior convictions for unlawfully carrying a weapon, assault of a pregnant person, and assault with bodily injury. Apparently in 2023, he beat his child's mother by striking, scratching, or dragging her with his hand.
It's crazy.
A plea deal would leave him on probation for 3 years, but only months later he'd be arrested for shooting a man.
Wow.
Another plea deal would spare him from prison, reducing his crime to a misdemeanor and sentencing him to a 1-year labor sentence, meaning once a week he had to work at the sheriff's office. He decided not to go and had a warrant out for his arrest at the time of the car wash shooting.
It's crazy.
It would seem the system failed its Texas citizens, as neither man should have been in society after one attempted a rape while the other beat his pregnant girlfriend and then shot a man. The internet would heat up when photos of Jacoby next to Texas rapper CJ Casino were found. This would make a connection that would leave fans spinning theories as to who was responsible for getting Ronnie killed. But instead of focusing on the hypotheticals, what we need to focus on is accountability.
Exactly.
I can't say what made Ronnie a target. It could have been his affiliation to the rapper Go Yayo that got him killed. But he was at a car wash in the morning with his daughter when shooters opened fire. It's become normal for anyone.
Now, I got a question. Is this the normal car wash that he would go to? Like, if you from Fort Worth, is this the car wash that you go to? Or was he being extra? Was he going out the way to try to get attention? Because sometimes I notice that a lot of these rappers are trying to do things to get clout and try to show up in areas where they're not supposed to be when they think nobody's around and try to flex at that point. So is this a car wash that's where he's from, or is it out the way?
Involved in hip-hop, from rappers to producers to even DJs, to expect violence because it comes within the culture of hip-hop. So a 30-year-old father can be considered careless for even having his daughter in the back seat.
Yeah.
Normalizing violence leaves men not having the ability to...
That's not normal. That's not, yo, bro. Being with your kid, even with beef, should not be abnormal, because I know people that have been beefing for over years that would never do nothing to nobody while they with their kids. This is a 1 in a million time. This don't happen normally.
So a 30-year-old father can be considered careless for even having his daughter in the back seat. Normalizing violence leaves men not having the ability to be fathers, as their lives are constantly in danger. And in this situation, I don't think the shooters knew that little girl was in the car, but the thought of what if didn't stop them. I can't think of anyone that isn't disgusted with this story. A 5-year-old girl being gunned down with her father. Her last moments in the back of a car while his were on
let's
the
keep
pavement.
it 100 though. Let's keep it 100, bro. If they would not know that little girl was in the car unless they followed them. Now, if they followed them, that's the only thing. It's like, if you knew, if you got the drop on somebody, you're gonna follow them. You follow them, you're gonna see that he got his daughter with him. But that's not a guarantee. He could have pulled into a garage. Daughter could have gotten in the car, pulled off in the car. So it's like, I don't know. I don't think, and I want to assume that these guys did not know that she was in there, even though they shot on the passenger side. That don't mean that you can see, though. You feel me?
At the end of the day, killing is killing, and every day the wrong people get shot. If the shooters were locked up back when one tried to rape a woman and the other shot a man, they wouldn't have had the ability to kill that little girl.
That's a fact.
If the so-called street code was real, the shooters would have got punished for targeting women in the past, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Everyone can claim women and children are off limits, but the reality is, the streets knows no limits.
That's a fact.
Any and anyone can fall victim, and whoever's left either seeks revenge continuing the cycle or attempts to pick up the pieces. As for the two shooters, on March 6th, 3 days after the shooting, cell phone video would emerge of multiple police vehicles at a Chevron gas station in Livingston, Texas. Livingston Police, Fort Worth Police, and Texas Rangers would place a man and woman into custody, with police having confirmed the man was none other than Adonis Robinson. It's unclear at this time if the female will face charges of accessory. On March 7th, Jacoby Russell would be arrested in Fort Worth, and the chase officially came to an end. With both men facing capital murder charges, under Texas law, they can face execution.
Wow.
Which I can't imagine anyone protesting against. A GoFundMe for the mother of the little girl that was taken.
See, I gotta realize, bro, you can't play with these kids, bro. Playing with these kids, I do not have no sympathy, bro. No sympathy. You cannot play with these kids.
And in the comment section of this video for anyone wanting to donate. A picture posted to Ronnie's Instagram would show his daughter with another little girl, and the caption would read, "My baby girl couldn't stand the fact that her friend was sad. This morning her daddy couldn't make it to Donuts with Daddy, so you know we let her know it's okay to join us and she can snap it up, and that changed her whole mood. My little Valentine's, literally."
It's crazy.
A small act of kindness by Ronnie and his daughter would be returned after their tragic deaths, as that same little girl sent a video expressing how she misses her friend.
I missed you at school today, Armani. I love you.
My 2 cents now, you know what I mean? I see he gonna talk for about 2 minutes, so I don't wanna, you know, y'all could go to his video, watch the end. This is my time. Let me just talk. Number one, I do want to say that they chose the right state to do this foul shit in. And, you know, Texas is definitely going to take care of them the right way. One, there are a lot of fathers in Texas. There are a lot of people that are not happy with the situation. And them guys could just prepare for a life of living hell. But do I think they intentionally did something to them little kid, to that girl? No. He made a good point. We don't know what type of weapon that they used. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you look at the video of actually what happened and how they was just following, like somebody's following you with shots, he probably had one of them switches on there. And like he said, it probably was just shots going everywhere because you got people holding on to artillery that's not built to hold on to artillery. And they're letting it off, and no mind for nobody else but just their target. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even know. They didn't even know until later on that day when they ran away. When they got away, they sat down, looked on the news, and that's when they realized, oh, damn, the kid was in the car. You dig what I'm saying? So it's not going to change anything. You know, they're going to get a lot of time. They're in jail right now. That's not good for them. There's a lot of people in jail that are not happy with the situation. So let me know what you guys feel about this, man. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the top bell, man. And I definitely will see y'all on the next one. I am out of here.